The sheep and the shepherd. What type of sheep are you? Sheep are not as dumb as some suggest. The accusation, dumb as sheep, might have originated in the 1700s when George Washington declared, "If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter." Perhaps dumb is not a fair attribute of sheep, but dependent certainly is. Sheep are dependent on their shepherd for direction and protection. They are not independent creatures. They are not strong, nor are they survivors. They quickly wander away and can easily be led astray. Without their shepherd's care, sheep are in great peril because they are not hunters that can find food, and they are small and defenseless, making them easy prey for predators. That's why the shepherd must keep close watch over his flock to protect and preserve the flock. So if a sheep strays, the shepherd will prod them back into the sheepfold and put wandering sheep back on the right path. The same is true for God's sheep. Jesus, as the Good Shepherd, that's the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verses 11 and 14, will prod his wandering sheep back into his fold to keep them in his protective care, and he will use a rod and a staff to direct them to ever abide with him and to walk in the right direction on the right path. In biblical times, a shepherd consistently used both a rod and a staff to tend the flock. Both were used to protect the sheep, each in a very specific way. The rod was used to fight off wild animals and to count the sheep and direct them. The rod prodded them during the day in the fields and at night into the sheepfold. A willing sheep would respond to the prodding, but a stubborn, strong-willed sheep would not. While sheep might not be as dumb as often suggested, they do have characteristics that give them some merit to that claim. They will indiscriminately eat just about anything, regardless whether it is something that could harm or kill them. They endlessly wander, seemingly without direction, and many sheep stubbornly resist the shepherd's prodding. That's why the staff, with a crook at the end, is needed. The shepherd uses the staff to more strongly exert his authority and to gently but firmly pull the sheep back to the fold and keep the sheep moving in the right direction. He can also use the crook of the staff to pull the sheep from harm. Jesus' rod and staff. So what about that? What is the rod and staff that our good, great, and chief shepherd uses? I would suggest figuratively it is his word. The Holy Scriptures, they move us, direct us, guide us, and even correct us to put us back on the right path and keep us in the sheepfold under the care of the shepherd. Therefore, ask yourself, does the Lord need to use his rod to direct me with gently prodding me? Do I respond? Or does he need to use his staff to firmly move me against my will? Do I surrender to his leading, or do I stubbornly and willfully follow my own desires? Whichever one is needed, we must always remember in whose hand the rod and staff are held. They are held in the hand of our Lord Jesus Christ, and he uses both according to his good will to keep us ever close and guide us on the path to our eternal sheepfold. For that we should be eternally grateful. Hebrews chapter 13, verses 20 and 21. Now the God of peace that brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant, make you perfect in every good work to do his will, working in you that which is pleasing, well-pleasing in his sight, through Jesus Christ, to whom be glory forever and ever.